So yesterday we understood the architecture part, right? So quickly I'll walk you through the architecture part. So basically it contains three layers. Okay, let me show you the architecture and the documentation, guys, so that you'll understand it in easy way. Snowflake, we have some beautiful Snowflake documentation. Okay, you just need to search here documentation. So, sorry, not this one. This is the one actually. docs.snowflake.com. This is the documentation part. Here you can actually check each and every topic. Okay, syntaxes, explanation about the topic, new features, releases, and everything you can find here. Okay. Now here I'll just search architecture. Okay, key concepts and architecture. Okay. So this was the architecture that I was trying to explain yesterday. Okay. So what did I tell you? Basically, we have three layers. One is database storage layer. Second one is query processing layer. Third one is cloud service layer. Okay. So database storage layer is nothing but like Snowflake does not have any dedicated databases in the backend. So they have to depend on the public clouds. That is on AWS, Azure, or GCP. That's what we understood. And we can store even unlimited data, no restrictions on that. And you just need to pay rent for that. That's it. And after that, coming to the query processing, if you run any query in the Snowflake, backend some hardware should be there to execute your query. That hardware is nothing but your virtual warehouse. And your entire query will be processed in this particular layer. Okay, we'll see more about this one once we get into the cache topic and all. Not now. You just try to understand now. It is just a hardware layer. That's it. And these two layers are independent to each other. That means if you try to increase the size of the virtual arrows, that doesn't mean that you have to increase the storage. Or if you're trying to increase the storage, that doesn't mean that you have to increase the hardware capacity. So these two are completely independent because this is S3 service, this is VM service in cloud. Both are different services actually. Okay, and next one is cloud service layer. That is your front end comes under your cloud service layer only. So in order to manage this VM and the S3 buckets or the blobs and all, it is completely managed by infrastructure manager. Okay, and coming to the next one, that is optimizer. This is a heart of the Snowflake, I can say. Your query execution plan will be decided at this place, at optimizer level. And coming to the metadata manager, whenever you try to create any table or view or any schema or you do any activity related to this data, so that will be captured in the metadata manager. Okay, and coming to the security, just like your traditional databases, we can go ahead and create the users, roles, and the permissions or privileges, like masking policies and everything we can create here. Row level security, column level security, everything comes under security only here. And whenever you create an account, right? Today I'll show you how to create an account and how to the UI part I'll try to explain. When you try to log in into the account, somebody has to authenticate. When you give the wrong password back and somebody has to like validate that one, right? That validation can be taken care by this authentication and access control block. Okay, this is about the architecture part. So this is the common question in each and every interview, the architecture part. Okay, so you guys try to explain in the same way, whatever the way I explained now. That is more than enough to like answer the question. Okay, so moving on. So when was it came into the market first? In which year it came into the market? I'll talk about that one first. So initially, when it came into the market, it came only with the AWS cloud. Okay, they did not tie up with the other clouds actually. Okay, in the year of 2014, it came into the market almost 2013-14 time. So at that time, only AWS was only the cloud which was supporting Snowflake. And even now also, whenever they release any new feature, they'll try to release that new feature. They'll try to test that new feature only with the AWS cloud accounts, not with the other cloud accounts. AWS cloud accounts means whenever you create a Snowflake account, backend you have to choose the cloud. Only those accounts will be. They'll try to release that new feature only to those accounts. The accounts which is actually created by the Azure. Okay. So after that, slowly in 2018, like they came with the market with the Azure as well. They tie with the Azure, Microsoft Azure as well. Okay. And yeah, this is also become this has also slowly becoming very famous case, even Microsoft Azure as well. Now also last year they released one survey actually. 80% of these Snowflake accounts are actually deployed on AWS. Remaining 20%, 18% of these Snowflake accounts are actually deployed on Azure. And remaining 2% of these Snowflake accounts are deployed on GCP. This is officially announced by Snowflake guys. Last 1.5 years back, I think. Now the numbers are of course changing slowly. Like the contribution of, I mean, people are like using even Microsoft Azure also like more in the market. Okay, numbers might have changed by this time. Maybe it could have reached more than 18%. Okay, so that is about that. And I explained already this one, the availability zones and all. And one more good thing with this one is there is no question of downtime. I told you already yesterday the reason also for that. They don't store your data in one single place, in one single data center. They'll try to store your data in multiple data centers. If something goes wrong with your Snowflake account or something goes wrong with that data center, they can immediately switch to the other data center. You don't even know that actually. No question of zero downtime here. I can say zero downtime. Okay. And that like how they have to where to store the data, how to store the data, and how they have to switch to the other data center, that is completely managed by Snowflake. You don't need to involve here. Being an administrator, being a developer, or being a CEO of the company, you don't do anything here. It is completely responsibility of the Snowflake. So we are paying for them. That is their responsibility. We don't need to take that headache actually. Okay. That is also one of the points you guys have to remember that. Yeah. Next. Just a second. Next. I already explained this one yesterday. And okay. Yesterday someone was asking, hey Shiva, what are all the file formats currently Snowflake is supporting? I would say that previously they used to support only I would say like structured data and semi-structured data. Now, after introduction of Snowpark concept in Snowflake, okay, they started supporting even unstructured data as well. We can process even unstructured data with the help of Python. You can integrate easily Snowflake with Python. You can integrate Spark easily with Snowflake. So that PySpark, I can say. Okay, so they introduced very recently that feature. So they are supporting structured, semi-structured, and unstructured as well. Okay, and like structured files are nothing but they are currently supporting CSV. All delimited files they are supporting currently. Semi-structured files are nothing but like JSON, Avro, WARC, Parquet, XML. All these files are comes under your semi-structured data. Unstructured files means audio files, video files, log files. All those files are comes under unstructured data. Even they're supporting that one as well. Okay, next. So I told you already yesterday, whenever you need more compute power, you don't need to worry about that. Okay, whenever the query load is more, whenever it is trying to run more queries, Snowflake will try to increase the hardware automatically in the backend. You don't need to involve here again. This is asked in today's interview. I attended, we attended one interview today for one of the student. I was helping him actually. This question was asked: how Snowflake is taking care of the auto scaling part? Okay, so that is automatically taken care, guys. You don't need to you while creating that hardware, you need to do some settings. That's it. Because of that settings, Snowflake has that intelligence to take care of that hardware, increasing the number of servers or decreasing the number of servers. The scaling up and scaling down will be taken care completely by Snowflake. Okay, so that is also one of the very good point with the Snowflake thing. And next, so this is also one of the very good feature, I would say, data sharing. Data sharing is nothing but, let's say I have a Snowflake account and you guys are also having Snowflake account. I wanted to share data which is there in my account with you guys. How can I share that? With the help of sharing concept, we can do that. Okay, so provided, of course, we have to follow some rules here. Your account also should be in the same region. Okay, your account also should be the same cloud. Even if your account is not same region, not in the same cloud, you can still share the data with the help of replication. That is one of the beautiful feature Snowflake has provided. Okay, no other data warehouse technology, no other technology is supporting this one except Databricks again. Databricks people are also started supporting one concept called delta sharing. Similar to Snowflake only. They simply copied that topic from here as it is concept. Okay, if you are good with Snowflake, you will be good with your Databricks as well. Okay, you may ask a question, what is this Databricks? All of this sudden, why did you bring that one into picture? Nowadays, that is also becoming very famous in the market case. If you know Snowflake, Snowpark is, sorry, your Databricks is damn easy, I can say. Damn easy. Concepts are same, similar, very similar. Commands also exactly same. 90% of the commands are same. Okay. Next, I told you, right, we can use replication concept here. Still, we can share the data with the other clouds and other regions as well. So that is possible. We'll discuss this one also once we get into the topic. Okay. And I told you, right, like yesterday, I mentioned one point. In order to become a master in Snowflake, you don't need to have any specialized skills. You just need to have basic skill. That is more than enough to become a master. Okay. And they are supporting everything, whatever you know in SQL. Mostly they follow the Oracle syntaxes case. Mostly. I would say that not exactly like Oracle. Okay, some concept they copied from the SQL Server, some like concept they copied from the Teradata, some concept they copied from the MySQL, and most of the concept they copied from the Oracle, I would say. That is the reason why syntaxes are more closely related to like Oracle database. Okay, everything they support: DDL commands, DML commands, merge command, like analytical functions, UDF, like everything they support actually. Functions, procedures, they support everything. Procedural language, PL SQL language, everything they support here. Okay, and let's try to create a Snowflake account, guys, so that you'll understand like the UI part. Okay, we'll just try to create that. In order to create that, actually, you just need to go to the Google and type here Just a second, guys. Yeah, just go to the Google. Just type here, Snowflake free trial. That's it. You'll get one link actually, signup.snowflake.com. Okay. Try for 30 days at no cost. They don't charge anything from you, single rupee also. You don't need to provide any credit card information, debit card information. You don't need to pay a single rupee or single dollar also to create an account. Okay. And one very good thing with Snowflake is, even though, I mean, they are giving free trial account right here. What are all the features that you are going to use in your production environment? All those features you can create and you can use them in a free trial account. All top level features. There is no concept of hiding so and so features in the trial account, and you guys have to only use limited things. There is no such kind of thing here. Okay, you can use all the, what are all the features provided with Snowflake, all those things you can use. But of course, we have some versions here, editions here. They're limited. They limited that features in the editions, not in the account. At edition level, they're restricting that. I'll show you that one as well. Okay. That edition you can find here. Basically, we have 3 editions in Snowflake. The first one is standard edition. Second one is enterprise edition. Third one is business critical edition. Fourth one is VPS edition. Okay, I'll come back to this one. I'll come back to this one after some time. Okay. So before that one, let me try to click on this and we'll try to create a account, free trial account. Okay. Start your 30 days free trial. Okay. They'll give you, with a free trial account, they'll give you $400 worth of credits actually. Okay. Of course, if you work with a Snowflake continuously, even for 30 days, continuously, 24/7, you will not consume 400 credits also, $400 also. Don't worry about that. Okay. Hardly we are going to use $100. That's it. By end of this course. 150 max. That's it. Not more than that. Okay. So, like, whether you're reaching 30 days of trial period or you're reaching $400 worth of credits, whichever comes first, based on that, they'll try to disable the account. Okay. If you consume $400 worth of credits before 30 days, they'll try to suspend your account. Or you're not consuming that $400 worth of credits and you reached already 30 days of trial, 30 days of trial period, then they're going to suspend your account. Okay, based on like your usage, I can say. Okay. Next, we just need to give here your first name. You can give anything here. Let's say I'll give my name here, Shiva, and I'll give my name, last name as Kumar. Okay, and company name, you can give anything. You don't need to give exact company name here. Okay, let's say ABC. They used to take that one. I don't know why they're not supporting. Let's say Microsoft. You can give anything. They don't check anything. Oh, sorry. What was it? My company email. Okay. Sorry. My bad, guys. Yeah. We need to give the Gmail, guys, here. Let's say I'll try to use my old Gmail ID here. Snowflake dot batch 6@gmail.com. That is the email that is open currently. That is the reason why I'm giving that one. Company name, you can give anything here, ABC or XYZ or any company name. You can give the Microsoft or Google also, no problem. Anything is fine. Okay. And role, you're creating this particular account for which role. You can choose any of the role, guys. UI will not change based on the role. No worries about that. You can choose any of the role here. So I would say that my preferred role is here, data engineer. Okay. And it will automatically detect your location. Currently, I'm based out of US. So my location is automatically detected here. After that, we need to click on continue. That's it. Now see here, the moment you click on continue here, it is asking you to choose the edition. Okay. First one is standard edition, enterprise edition, business critical edition. I'll come back to this one by one. But here we have seen 4 editions, right? Why they are showing only 3 editions here? Why not 4th one? Which one is missing here actually? VPS, that is virtual private snowflake. We cannot create trial account with the VPS edition. Okay, that means what do they do? With this edition, they will dedicatedly assign some network to you for that account, for your Snowflake account. Actually, everything is private. Whatever the hardware you're going to use, those are also dedicated. Whatever the storage you're going to use, that is also dedicated for you. So you cannot create any trial account with the VPS edition. So this is ruled out. If you want to create this one, you go and talk to the Snowflake team. You need to deposit some amount with them so that they're going to create that. You need to convince them. Okay. Coming back to the other editions here, standard, enterprise, and business critical. No worries about this edition, guys. Mostly we don't use even in the real time also this edition. Most of the people, they go with the enterprise edition. They go with the enterprise edition. Okay. So why don't they select the other 2 editions? What is the disadvantage? What is that things are lacking in the other editions? Okay, so I'll come to the first edition, that is standard. In the standard, this is a basic edition, guys. They'll give you only limited features here. Very limited features. We never ever create the standard edition here. This is only for practice. That too, they don't give you all the features. Okay, I don't go with this edition, of course, because they're not providing all the features, right? Okay, coming to this one, what is the difference between the standard and enterprise? So along with the standard features, what are all the functionalities or features they are providing in the standard edition? Along with that one, they're also giving some more additional features here. Okay, that is auto scaling and creation of your materialized views and the time travel feature. All those things are supported in the enterprise edition. They don't support all those things in the standard one. Okay, next. Coming to the next one, that is business critical. Shiva, what is the difference between this one and this one? Why they have to? Why don't they use this one? In your business, if you have any complaints or data governance, let's say my organization my client is actually based out of like insurance company. Their insurance, or they're from the financial background. So if they're insurance or they're from banking background, they have to implement some. They have to follow some data governance rules. They have to adhere to some government rules. They should not expose their data beyond the country. They should not expose the customer details to other people. They have to mask the details. Like that, they have to follow some rules. Those compliances, those rules are not supported in the enterprise edition. Those compliances are available only with this business critical edition. That's what they're trying to say here. Especially this edition is more suitable for the sensitive data. Okay, they're telling clearly here, this business critical edition offers specialized functionality for highly regulated industries. Regulated industries, they have to follow the government rules and regulations. They have to follow the compliances, PCA complaints, PIA complaints, the HIPAA complaints. Like that, we have several complaints are there. If we have such kind of requirement, go with the business critical. Otherwise, go with the enterprise. Since they are providing all those things here, this is bit costly one when you compare with the enterprise. So people would prefer to go with if they don't have any compliance requirement here, they would go with the enterprise. Okay. Even we also now are going to create enterprise edition only. Or it's up to you if you want to go with the business critical edition. You can go with that one as well, no problem. Nothing will happen. No difference you will find here. Okay. Now let me go ahead and select that. I'll go with the enterprise. That's okay. Next. Once you finalize the edition, what is that you have to do next? You have to choose your cloud provider. I told you currently Snowflake is supporting 3 clouds in the backend. One is Microsoft Azure, AWS, and GCP, Google Cloud Platform. Okay. Now, which one you wanted to go with? If you're comfortable with the Azure, go with this. If your tech stack is completely on AWS, go with this. If you guys are using in your organization, you're already familiar with GCP, then go with this one. That's up to you. The choice is completely that's up to you only. And there is no UI difference. There will be no performance difference because of the cloud provider. You'll not feel any that difference because of the cloud provider. You go with Azure, you go with AWS, you go with the GCP, the performance, UI, features, commands are everything same. No difference. Okay, because UI is actually provided by Snowflake, not by the cloud provider. From the cloud provider, they're just taking the storage and the compute power. That's it. Rest all taken care by Snowflake only. Okay. Now, let's say I would go with the AWS cloud provider. Going forward, I mean, like next time, once this account is expired, right? After a month, we'll go with the Azure. We'll try to see the differences. I mean, UI point of view, no difference, but we'll try to see integration. Will at the time of integration, we'll try to use the Microsoft Azure. That's okay. Now go with the AWS. The moment you choose the cloud provider, it will automatically detect the nearest. What is this? Location, data center, nearest region, I would say. Let's say to my region, Virginia is the nearest location. There, they have the data center, they have the region actually. AWS people are having region in that location. Not only AWS, even almost like Azure and GCP also having the data centers in that location. It will automatically detect that. You don't need to, if you don't want to go with that, you can go ahead and choose the other regions also. No problem at all, guys. But the suggestion is always try to choose here the nearest location. Okay, I'll tell you the reason also for that one. Okay, not now. Later I'll tell you. Okay. Next, you need to click on this checkbox and you just need to click on get started. And they started asking question bridges. Of course, this is a bridge. This is a bridge. This is a bridge. Anything else? Of course, this one also. Verify. Yes. They're asking some questions here. Thanks for signing up with the Snowflake. Help us better serve you by answering these questions. Why are you signing up with the trial? Companies considering Snowflake training and certification, of course. Continue. What will you see? What will you use Snowflake for? I'll use it for data warehouse. I'll use it for building the visualization, of course. I'll use it for the yeah, of course, you go with the 2 options or other options also. You can see, you don't need to select. It's not mandatory to select all the options. You can even skip that one also, no problem. That's okay. We'll go ahead and select the options here. Select your preferred language to work in. Snowflake is supporting all these languages in the Snowpark, guys. Snowpark. Majorly it is supporting SQL, and it is supporting, they started supporting the Python as well. Recently, they 1.5 years back, they started supporting that. And of course, Java procedures also we can create. Okay. And Snowpark we can implement in the Java also. Of course, we can implement in the Scala also. Okay. And that's it. Those are the languages I'm going to use. That's it. I clicked on continue. Yes. Now it is saying that you are now signed up. Now the account got created. Now an email to activate, we have sent an email to activate your account. Okay, to this email. You go and check that one. You go and try to activate there. Okay, let me open my email here. This is the activation email, guys. Okay. This is the email you got. Congratulations on getting started with the Snowflake. Click on the button below to activate your account. Okay. And one more thing, before you click on activate, you try to save this particular URL. They're clearly saying that save this for later, because we are going to log in into the Snowflake account with the help of this URL. Okay. Now copy this one and try to paste it in a notepad and save it. Save it somewhere. This link is useful for you. Okay. Next, moving on. Now you need to click on activate. Now it is asking your username. Okay. My username is, let's say I'm giving, you can give any name, guys, here. Siva. And the password, you can give anything here. Welcome 123. You can give anything here. And the password again, I have to give here. Welcome 123. That's it. And remember the screen, guys. I'll ask you the question from the screen, not now. At the time of stages discussion, I'll ask you the question. Okay. Currently, what it is doing, it is trying to create a user in Snowflake. Backend, it is going to create a Siva user. For that, it is asking username, password, and the confirm password. That's it. Currently, no users are created. It is asking us to create the user. That's okay. Now click on get started. Yes. This is the UI of the Snowflake. Okay. As I mentioned, they've given $400 worth of credits. And the trial period is valid for 30 days. And if at all, if you want to add any credit card or extend this particular trial period, you can go ahead and add your credit card here, and they are going to charge from your credit card, and they'll extend your trial period as well until you close the account. Okay. Generally, in the real time, they'll add company credit card here. Okay. And they'll continue the account. Okay. We used to maintain our previous company trial account. We used to add that credit card, company credit card ID, and we used to maintain that actually. Okay. Me and one of my colleague was responsible for that. We used to like take care of that things actually in Snowflake trial account. Okay. Company trial account, I would say. Okay. We used to do POCs in that account. For that, they used to charge. Okay. Let me explain the UI part here. What are all the different options are there here, and where exactly we need to start writing the queries, and the other options also I'll try to discuss. Okay. Huh. First one, search. Nothing is there here. If at all, if you want to search any object that you have created in Snowflake, you can go ahead and search here. Nothing to do with this one. We don't use it regularly. That's okay. Now click on projects. Click on projects. Okay. Under projects, we have worksheets, Streamlit, dashboard, app packages. These two are introduced recently. Streamlit and app packages. Streamlit is a Python based framework, I would say. Python based package, I would say. You can build some UI here, and you can deploy that UI in Snowflake. In that UI, you can build some reports. That was introduced very recently, maybe 6 months back, I would say. And next, app packages. Some applications you can build here. You can deploy your applications here. Applications in other words, not web applications, I would say. Any Snowflake related application, I mean, the data monitoring part, such kind of applications you can build and you can deploy here. Okay, so that application packages also you can do. Okay, the old options are worksheets and the dashboards. Okay, now coming to the first one, that is worksheets. The most of our work, or 90% of our work, we are going to do here only. Okay, these are all the sample worksheets they have given, guys. We don't need to use that sample worksheets. You can go and create a new worksheet here. Okay, click on this and you're getting three options here. SQL worksheet, Python worksheet. I told you we can go and write the Python commands as well here, because they're supporting Snowpark, which is a Python based commands, Python based package, I would say. You can start writing the procedures in Python as well. Okay, and folder. If at all, if you want to create any folder, you can go ahead and create that one. Let me go to the SQL worksheet. We'll discuss this one later, not now. Okay, click on SQL worksheet. Now this is your this is the place where you're going to write your queries. This is the UI actually. Okay. Now currently, whenever you create a trail account, they are going to give you two databases, Snowflake and Snowflake sample data. When you get into the project, you'll not be able to see this database. This is purely related to admins. This is admin related database, guys. Maintenance activities you can track in this particular database. You can expand this one and you can see here all these are related to like admins. The configuration part, the billing part, and the other related admin related tasks you can see here. Okay, now you don't need to like understand this one much. Now, if you want, you can understand this one bit little bit. They have given some sample tables, sample schemas, and the sample sample tables only. So sample database, sample in that one sample schemas they have given, and sample tables also they have given here. Okay, and if you expand the tables here, customer table, line item table, nation table, order, the part supplier, region, supplier, like that we have different tables are there. Okay. Okay. So whenever you create a Snowflake database, automatically you'll get by default you're going to get information schema. That I'm going to do in some time. Don't worry about that one. Okay. So here you're going to maintain the metadata related to this particular database. What are all the schemas you're going to create? What are all the schemas are available? What are all the tables are available? What are all the columns available in the tables? What are all the constraints you're enforcing on the table? All those things are maintained in the information schema. This concept they copied from the SQL Server. The SQL Server also, you have this information schema concept. Whenever you create a database, you can see the information schema. All your tables information will be stored in the information schema only. Okay, so they copied from there. Next, TPCDS. This is one of the third-party company. This is one of the third-party company. They are that company is actually providing. That company is actually providing dummy data. Okay, so third-party company is actually providing the dummy data. So here you can see tables like call center, like catalog page, like that, blah blah blah. Many tables are there. Okay. Here you can see 100 TCL. Here same tables you can find here, but you can see the schema name as 10 TCL here. That means 10 TCL is another one, 10 million records. Here the same tables you can find here. Let me expand this one as well. See call center catalog page. Call center catalog page. The records are exactly 10 times of these tables. How many records are there here? Number of records are 54. And here, if you see, almost 60 here. That's okay. I mean, not exactly 10 times here. You can see that the multiplication factor in the other schemas actually. I'll show you that one. But definitely it is more than the below schema. Now you have 60 records. Like that, if you want to deal with the like a huge volume of records, you can go ahead and use this one. For small records, small set of data, you can go ahead and use this one. Okay. Now coming to the next one. Okay. TPCH SF1. SF is nothing but scaling factor. It's not a snowflake. TPCH scaling factor 1. Here also, you can see some tables, customer, line item, nation, orders, like that. Some tables are there. One is nothing but up to 1 million records. Okay. If you see here, customer, almost we have 150K records are there in this table. And the size of that particular table is 10.3 MB. Okay. If I come down here, if I try to expand SF10, if I expand tables here, customer 1.5 million records are there. Exactly 10 times of the above table or not? Yes. And the size also you can consider 10.3 MB in the above table. Here 103 MB. Size also multiplied with 10. Like that, if at all, if you want to play with this sample data and if you want to understand the features of the snowflake and all, you can go ahead and use this data. Okay, you can see even terabytes of data also in these tables. You can see here 10.1 GB data. In the order table, I think, in the line item table somewhere, see this table is 159 GB of data. And somewhere in the other table, see 48 GB and just a second. 35 GB, region is 4 KB, supplier is, I think this is the highest one, I think. Which one? Line item. This is the highest one, I think. Previously, they used to support 1 TB, they used to give 1 TB of data also. Now, I think they reduced the size. Okay, we have almost 159 GB of data here. Okay. Yeah, see, nothing, we don't do anything with this data, but if at all, if you want to test any features of the table, right? Snowflake, right? You can go ahead and test it. You can load the data. You can write the aggregate functions. You can write some this one SQL queries. Do whatever you want on top of that. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. What is the difference between Snowflake and Snowflake sample data?
This is admin related the tables you can find. Here you cannot find the tables. You can see only views. This is purely used by admins, not by the developers. In the real time, you will not be having access to this particular database. Is it clear?
Who will maintain this database then?
Admins.
Okay.
Account admin. Snowflake account admin.
Like, I mean, customer side or Snowflake guy side?
No. We are. Let's say I'm the account admin. Since I've created the account, I'm the account admin here. So I can manage this one. This Snowflake is actually managed by Snowflake people only. Here you can observe here in this particular database, you can see only views, not the tables. Let me expand the account usage here. Let me see here, views and functions. That's it. Views means backend. These views are actually created by some backend tables. You don't have access to those tables. They'll try to insert some records into that tables related to your account, so that backend these views will get refreshed. You'll be having access to only views.
So backend tables are maintained by actual Snowflake.
Snowflake guys, yes. And you can see how much like credits it has consumed, how much storage my table is consumed. All those things, account related things, you can check here.
Okay. Are we covering this also as part of this?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Of course.
So ideally, because you're the account admin, you'll be able to delete the records or drop tables. And because there's also recovery, you can get back. Is
No,
that
I would say no in the Snowflake database. You don't have access to do that activity because we don't have any tables. First of all, you have only views. They'll not give you any access to delete or drop these views.
okay? So you cannot manipulate the
Yes, you
views.
cannot manipulate. You can just query them. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, you can create a custom database, guys, and you can do whatever you want in that custom database. That they don't restrict anything on that. Okay, let me try to go ahead and do that one. Okay, so in order to do that one, guys, we never ever going to use account admin role. Okay, before I go ahead and explain that, basically, when you create a Snowflake account, you will be getting these many roles. Okay, by default, your user is attached to this particular role. This is the default role, guys. Previously, they used to attach it to sysadmin. Now they started attaching users directly to the account admin. Of course, we can change it to sysadmin also, no problem. Okay, organization admin. This is managed by your higher level management people. Let's say if you have multiple accounts at the organization level, if you want to manage all those accounts, then go ahead and use this particular role. Public, this is a generic one actually. We never use this role. If you create any object in this particular with this role, that is visible to all the users. So we never ever use this one. And next one, security admin. With the help of this role, we can manage Snowflake related security aspects. And coming to the next one and mostly used role, that is sysadmin. Throughout our course, we are going to use sysadmin role only. Okay, this is responsible for creating the objects and managing the objects. Objects in the sense tables, views, stages, and all other things. Okay, and last one is user. Guys, we are going to discuss about all these roles, functionalities, and the responsibilities of these roles once we get into the security topic, not now. At a high level, I'm trying to give you some idea. That's it here. Don't worry, even if you don't understand anything at this point of time. Okay, you'll slowly habituate to that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and use sysadmin role here. And the last one I forgot to explain here, sorry, that is user admin. If you want to create any users in Snowflake, we'll go ahead and use user admin. Okay, in order to create database, table, schema, we always go ahead and use your favorite role, that is sysadmin. Now I have selected sysadmin role. The moment I select here sysadmin role, warehouse is not selected. But the moment I select here organization account admin here, I can see compute power. So I told you, right? The second layer is compute layer, right? That is query processing layer, right? So back end some hardware should be there to execute your query, right? Now that hardware is nothing but this one. The name of that hardware is compute underscore warehouse. Compute is nothing but computation. Computation means execution. What execution? What you have to execute? Queries execution. Okay. By default, account admin have that access to this compute power. Now, the moment I select here sysadmin, the since that role is not having access to that particular role, it is disappearing here. Now, what I will do is I'll try to write a small query here. Don't try to understand at this point of time. No worries. You forget about it. That is grant usage on warehouse, that is compute underscore warehouse to role sysadmin. Did you understand anything here? Hey, sorry. Where did I? Oh, sorry. It was not typing. Sorry, guys. Okay. Grant usage on warehouse, okay, compute, okay, underscore warehouse to role sys admin. What do you mean by this? What do you understand from this?
We're trying to give a grant access on the compute warehouse for the sysadmin role.
Yeah, exactly. Who is giving that access? Account admin is trying to give that access, guys. Okay, I'll execute simply this command. So in order to execute this command, right side they have given enable the run button here. Click on that one, or control enter from your keyboard. Anything is okay. So I'm habituated to use control enter. So I'll go with the control enter every time. See, statement executed successfully. So that means the privilege has been granted to this particular row. Now I will go and use sysadmin role here so that I can able to see compute power here. Previously it was disappearing. Now I'm able to see that. Okay. Now next, I wanted to create some database case here. See, the hierarchy is like this case here in the Snowflake. First, we need to create a database, DB, that is database. You can create any number of databases, guys, in Snowflake. There is no restriction on that. Create 10 databases, nobody will stop you. Under one database, actually, you can create any number of schemas. I hope everybody know what is database, what is schema. I don't need to explain that. Okay. Now under one schema, under any schema, under one schema, you can go and create your objects. Objects are nothing but tables. Okay. Views. Okay. Stages like that and so on. You can create any number of things. All these objects you can create under schema. The hierarchy is like this. At high level, account is the high level one actually. Snowflake account is the high level one. After that, the next hierarchy goes to the database. Under one database, you can create any number of schemas. Under one schema, you can create any number of objects. Okay. We don't do anything in the real time with these two databases. We never ever use them. We have to create one custom schema. That custom schema, we have to start using it. Okay, let me start creating that. For that, what we have to do is, I have to write command like this.
Shiva, one quick question. So you granted usage access, right? So what all accesses or permissions does this contain?
No, I hope that is not this is not the right time to discuss that.
Okay.
Okay, I'll discuss once we get into the security topic.
Okay.
Okay. If I start discussing that one, people will get confusion. Okay.
Sure, no problem.
So you need to write the command like this. See, forget about this command, guys. You'll understand slowly. You'll habituate to these kind of commands. I'll slowly inject that. Don't worry. Okay. Now you need to write command like this: create or replace database, your database name. Okay. Let's say batch number 21 underscore DB. This is my database name. You can give anything. Okay. See why you are writing everything in lowercase. Can we write it in uppercase? Yes, boss. You can write it in any case. Snowflake is not a case sensitive language, except in few cases. I'll talk about that cases also later, not now. Okay. So this is what the command you have to write. Create or replace database name. That's it. Or you can write the same command like this also. Let me copy the command here. Let me copy the command, paste it like this. Create a database. Create database if not exist. if not exists. This is the command you need to write. Go on mute, please. Please. Yeah. This command also you can write it. This is also correct. This is also correct. Replace if not exist, both are mutually exclusive. That means if you write replace, you are not supposed to write if not exist command. If you write if not exist, you are not supposed to write replace command. Both are mutually exclusive, not inclusive. Exclusive. Okay. Now, my preference is I would always go with this command only. Even my suggestion, sincere suggestion is to you guys also, always try to use if not exist command, not replace command. You know what will happen in the backend? If you write this command, if the database is already created, it will try to drop that, it will try to create a fresh database here. What if you have some data in the database? What if that is a critical database for you? Okay, never ever, I never ever encourage my juniors also to write replace command. I never suggested also to anyone. So always go with the if not exist. What will happen with the if not exist? If this database is not there in the backend, then it is going to create. If it is there, it won't touch that. Now go ahead and create that. Yes, my database got created. Now, how do I check that one? You just go ahead and refresh this. Click on refresh. You can see that B21 DB. Let me expand the database here, guys. I told you already, whenever you create a database, you will get information schema. Along with that, you will also get public schema. These are the two different default schemas you're going to get with your database. Okay, this information schema actually stores metadata related to your actual database, that is B21 DB. The table metadata, table level information, column level information, constraint level information. Let me expand this one, guys, so that you'll understand. Expand this. You can see only views here. What are all the roles are there? What are all the classes? What are all the columns are there in the tables? What are all the functions you have created? What are all the hybrid tables are there? What is that load history? I mean, what are all the table files you have loaded into so-and-so table? What are all the packages, pipes? All these are like metadata information only. The metadata related information will be maintained here. This is actually maintained by whom again? Your Snowflake. That is the reason why again they have given views here, not the tables. You cannot control this. Whenever you create a table here, automatically back and one entry will be created under tables view. Where is that table? Tables. Currently, if you go and check here, select star from this particular tables view. Okay, for that, if you want to like take that one, you can click on this one and you can click on place name in editor, so that it will give you fully qualified name of that particular view. Fully qualified name is what do you mean by that? Database name dot schema name dot your view name. Okay, I can query this one. Select that query, click on run. See here, do we have any entries? Of course, some entries are there here. Not currently, no tables are there here, I would say. No tables are there. This is just a metadata information. If we have some tables are created here, see here, tables, nothing is there. Nothing, no entry is created here, tables. No entry is created here. So if you start creating the table, then you'll get an entry here. So what are all the activities you're doing here? Based on that one, these indexes will be populated by automatically by Snowflake. Okay, we'll discuss that one later, not now. Okay, let me remove this command at this point of time. Okay, so Shiva, we should not touch this one, guys. We don't create tables in this particular schema. We should not touch this. And we should not touch this one also. I mean, this is generic schema only, but we never ever create our objects in the public schema because this is public. That means if you create any object that can be accessible by everyone, which we don't want to do. Okay, now let me go ahead and create a schema here. How to create that? So you need to write command like this: create schema. Okay, if not exists. Okay, your schema name. My schema name is test underscore schema. The commands are straightforward, guys. It is as simple as your English language. That's it. Okay, nothing difficult here. Let me start executing that one. See, schema got created here. Now let me go ahead and refresh that. See, test schema, you're able to see. Now you can start creating your tables in the schema. Okay, my worksheet is started pointing test schema because I created just now, right? My worksheet is started pointing the schema. Okay, this database, this schema, this role, this compute power, together we call it as a context. 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 I'll use this word regularly. Before I start writing any query, I will use this word. Hey, what is the context? That means which role we are pointing, which warehouse we are going to use, which database we are pointing, which schema we are pointing. That's what we need to have the clarity before you start running anything. Okay, this is your I did not explain it completely, but I was trying to explain one part of the UI. That's it. 90% of your work, 90% of the development work you're going to do in this UI only. In this worksheet only. Okay. Yeah. That's all for today. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
Yeah.
The latest features from last version to this version, Shiva.
I need to check. I checked it almost a month, 1.5 months ago. I need to check that latest. I keep getting that updates actually. I need to check that one. Yeah, I'll get back to you on that definitely. No major changes. Recently, when I was going through the LinkedIn, they say that they say that hybrid tables are they made public. That's what I heard. Hybrid tables are nothing but I told you right yesterday. We can use Snowflake as a OLTP as well. If you want to work with the OLTP backend, like your data warehouse should support the constraints. Actually, your Snowflake doesn't support the constraints, primary key and foreign key constraints. But with the help of the hybrid tables, with the introduction of the hybrid tables, they are supporting that. Okay, they made that one as public. That is available to all the editions, all the clouds.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Next question.
So I had this question when you were hovering over public schema.
Mhm.
I saw the owner says sysadmin.
Yeah,
Um,
because sysadmin created that, right?
yeah. So does that mean account admin also has access because of their hierarchy?
Of course, account admin is the topmost role, I can say. So they
Okay.
can do anything in the account.
Yeah, that is understood, but wanted to clarify. I didn't want to assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the user whoever is having that role,
Mm-hmm.
whoever is having that privilege, they can control the entire account.
Right. Got it.
Yeah. They can do
And
anything in the account, guys. They can create the database, they can create the schema, they can create the table, they can grant the permissions, they can give, they can delete the users. Whatever they want, they can do it. Ultimately, that is the topmost role, I would say.
okay.
Mm.
And I also had an additional question. So we are creating a database here, but let's suppose I already have a legacy database that I've been using. Can I import that?
Mm, I mean, from the other Snowflake account,
Not Snowflake. Maybe I have
the
a
traditional databases, right?
yeah.
No, you don't do that. You cannot do that.
Okay. What if it is there in the same cloud but a different account?
In the same that is there in the Snowflake account, but you wanted to import that.
No, not in the Snowflake account. Let's suppose I have an AWS S3 account. I have database in that, but I have a new Snowflake account. Can I import that S3 buckets to this?
No. But
Okay.
you can access the files from that S3 bucket.
Okay. Yeah. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question, guys?
So by accessing the files from S3, you can load the data using the
Yes.
Snowflake feature, right?
Yes. We'll do that. We are going to cover that one as
And you can import the other files also. No?
well. CSV file. That's what we are going to do from tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll try to finish up this UI part. I mean, UI walkthrough. And from day after tomorrow, I'll start loading the data from the CSV file. And once we are done with that one, we'll start loading the data from the JSON and the XML files as well. And of course, Parquet file as well.
Okay.
So is there any plan to cover the advanced topic like partitioning, stuff like that?
That is by default covered.
Okay. And so as you mentioned, SQL language proficiency is kind of, you have intermediate level is sufficient to do call it as a Snowflake data engineer.
Yes. Intermediate level is enough. You don't need to have the proficiency in SQL.
Okay, but Snowflake also has a feature of having the stored procedures and all,
Yes,
right?
of
So,
course. But we can write that stored processes in JavaScript language. For that, you don't need to have that PL/SQL knowledge.
okay. So the the JavaScript which you will be teaching in this course, right?
Yes. For that, again, JavaScript language is not required again. But
Okay.
we'll take the help of JavaScript, but we'll not use that language. Backend execution programming language, it is going to take the JavaScript. Because previously, and just 1.5 years back, Snowflake does not have any looping and branching concept. Looping means like for loop and the while loop, and the branching means if condition, case condition. They don't have that type of concept actually. So that for that reason only they took the help from the JavaScript. And they started implementing all those things because JavaScript is a programming language. In every programming language, the looping and branching concepts are there. Okay. So that is the reason why they started creating those stored procedures with the JavaScript language. For that, you don't need to learn again JavaScript for that. I'll teach almost 20 plus methods are there. You just need to by heart those methods. That's it.
Okay.
You can
So,
achieve any functionality.
Yeah, about one final question. So, how the ADF will comes into
I'm
picture?
coming to that point only. Okay. Guys, please try to focus here. Once we complete we are going to cover almost the Snowflake 70 plus hours. 70 plus hours. I may not sure it may reach to 80 plus also. Okay, based on our the probability and the importance of the topics, we'll go even 80 plus also. Once we are done with this one, to complete the 70 plus hours, 80 plus hours, it will take for me almost 50 days. 50 days. Okay. Once we are done with Snowflake, I am going to start ADF part. What is this ADF, Siva? Why did you choose only ADF? Why not others? Okay, I'll answer that question. Okay, when we started, when we got into like Snowflake, when we started using Snowflake, guys, right? 4 years back, the industry was checking only Snowflake knowledge. Hey, do you have any Snowflake knowledge? Yes, you come in. I'll pay you so and so. So they used to expect only Snowflake knowledge. Now after 2 years, after 2000, after I would say COVID, they started expecting one ETL tool from the developers. Okay, I used to teach Snowflake with Metallion tool, Metallion or Metallion, you call it in any way. Okay, then after that, people started expecting cloud knowledge as well. Shiva, Snowflake itself is a cloud. Again, why they are expecting cloud? Yes, boss. They are expecting any one of the cloud like Azure, AWS, and GCP. They started expecting that. And they are expecting Snowflake, ETL, and cloud, all three. In order to fulfill their requirement, I started teaching ADF. And I worked on that one as well. Okay. That is only the reason. And once I start teaching ADF, right, I'm intentionally pulling your leg into Azure here, intentionally. Because in order to get into Azure, Azure cloud is damn easy case when you compare with the AWS. I'm not degrading AWS here. Do remember that, because we are going to do every activity in Snowflake with the AWS only. AWS is my favorite cloud. Compared to AWS, Azure is damn easy. You don't need to have Python knowledge. You don't need to have scripting knowledge. UI, you just need to use UI to manage the things. Okay, so that is, I mean, and of course, I worked on both AWS and Azure, both guys. Okay, compared to AWS, I feel like ADF is Azure is a bit easy. So I've chosen ADF as a ETL tool. And if you learn ADF ETL tool, slowly at the time of project, I'll introduce Databricks also, which is becoming very, 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 very popular nowadays. I'll slowly introduce that. Okay, I'll just pull your leg and I'll leave it. That's it. And after that, it is your responsibility to learn and to become that master in that. For that also, I started teaching even Databricks as well. That is separate batch, not in this batch. I'll try to share what are all the things are required to manage that, to manage the real time. I'll try to share those videos. That is PySpark videos I'm going to share. Okay, that is going to cover your Databricks part and as well as your Snowpark. I told you right back recently they introduced Snowpark also. It is going to cover that one as well. Did you get it? Why I'm teaching EDF now?
Shiva.
Ultimately, you're going to get the benefit. It's not the beneficial for me.
So indirectly, if I go with AWS, we may require proficiency in Python, Java, right?
Bit of Python knowledge is required. The people who are entering into market with my course, I'm making their life easy. Okay, the people who are already having experience, I would always suggest them to like learn the Python. And we started like we are launching from this batch onwards. We are launching the Python course as well. Okay, if you guys are interested, we'll start from the next week or following week. Okay, Python for data engineering. What are all the concepts required for like data engineering part? We are going to cover all those topics. Okay, but that is not included as part of this course. That is chargeable and that is separate, and we don't charge much for that one. Okay, we are going to charge only 2,000 for that, and we also have SQL course separately. See, I'm not making it commercial here. I'm not I'm not asking you to join all these courses. I'm not making it mandatory here. That's up to you. I'm not forcing you to join in the Python. Okay, we do provide SQL, Snowflake, Databricks, and Python, whatever is required for data engineering. These are all our core strengths. Snowflake and Databricks and PySpark will be taken by me, and SQL separate faculty is there, and Python separate faculty is there. I'll tell you the reason also why we are charging for the Python. Frankly speaking, for last batch, we made it for free. Okay, with more enthusiasm, initial 10 days, everyone joined. 11th day, 20% of the people dropped. 12th day, 30% of the people dropped. Only 70% people have started attending. After 15 days or 20 days, people stopped attending the classes. I don't know what happened to them. If I'm giving for free of cost, I don't know why they're not utilizing that. The trainer got frustrated with that behavior. And he clearly said that I'm not going to take the classes with them. And we concluded that batch. And this time he clearly told, no, I'm not going to teach for free of cost, because they don't show that attention. They don't take it as a serious. I'm going to charge minimal thing for that. That is only the reason why we kept 2,000 rupees for Python course. We don't have any intention to charge more from you. We are not like money-minded people. Many of my students know that. And we don't run like multiple batches, and we don't neglect the batches and all. And we don't take the classes once in a while. We don't do all those things. Once I start the batch, it has to continue till I close the batch. That's it. We don't do any time pass things in the class. Class is class. That's it. We have to dedicatedly spend time 1.5 hours. That's it. Yeah. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask.
So, regarding this role, is segment. Here, people say.
Sorry. Regarding the role, sysadmin.
Yeah, sysadmin, we are able to create databases and schema tables, everything, right? And here, the differentiate developers is any dedicated or like how we have to differentiate data role, DBA role, and both are same here.
Okay. You mean to say that you're going to teach only the administration topics or development topics, or how we are going to plan? That's what your question?
Yeah, for job role.
Job role. Yeah. So with this course, actually, with this course, see, I would say that if you take this course, you can go as a developer or you can go as a administrator as well. I don't differentiate the topics. These are all only development topics. These are all only administration topics. Even for the administrator also, it's mandatory to have the knowledge and the underlying concepts. Okay, that is my sincere suggestion. Okay, if you go as a developer, there is no guarantee in the project. They'll give you only development work. Some of my students actually, who took the training with me, they also they also started working as an administrator as well. See, in real time nowadays, actually they are expecting everything from you. You should be the admin, you should be the developer for that project. That's it. If you say that I don't know all these administration, then they'll say that go to hell. Okay, so I don't differentiate the topics like developer topics and the administration topics. I'll try to cover everything. For me, it's a snowflake. That's it. Okay, I'll cover both the things, guys. Yeah.
Hi Shiva, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm working as a product application support as a like a L1 support actually. So I have a minimum knowledge of SQL only, and I don't have any programming language. I don't know any programming language. So as you're saying, Python is also important to in the future when we go to this role, Snowflake role. So Python and this programming languages, how long? I mean, how far we have to go with to learn programming language?
Scripting also level knowledge is required. Okay, you don't need to become a core programmer. We'll use only scripts. Okay, so like I don't differentiate that. People used to say that core Python, advanced Python, right? Okay, that advanced Python is not required. Only core Python is enough. And bit of the data engineering related packages like pandas, numpy, matplotlib, those are required. Okay, they are very easy, I would say. They are self-explanatory. Documentation is available. Some many YouTube videos are available. You can go through them and you can learn easily. Okay, see, right away Python is not mandatory. Right away SQL is mandatory. At least have a basic idea. At least have a basic idea. That's it.
Yeah, that I have it. Yeah, some basic level I have.
If I start writing select star from table, you should not ask me, hey, what is this command?
That I have.
That is enough. But my recommendation is, for now it is okay, but going forward, once you complete the course or like while course is going on, better to train or better to get that expert level knowledge. Because why I'm telling is, in a day, once you start working in the Snowflake, from since morning to evening, you're going to work with SQL commands only. SQL commands only. Morning to evening. You have to analyze like queries. You have to analyze the data. You have to write a query. You have to write the procedures. Lot of things you have to do. So slowly become a master before we complete the course. We have 3 months of time. Ample time is there. 10 days to 15 days is more than enough to become a master in SQL. I would say that SQL is the easiest language in the world.
Okay, Shiva, I got it. And for this job, I mean, to clear the interviews, right? I mean, they'll ask the combination also, right? Like
SQL is mandatory, guys. In interview, I would say that in interviews, if I take 100% of the questions from the in the interview, 80% of the questions they are going to ask from the Snowflake. 20% of the questions mandatorily they are going to ask from the SQL. I told you today morning 11 o'clock I attended the interview. Okay, they asked the SQL questions. 20% of the SQL questions in today also.
Now, what I'm asking is whether they will look for any the scripting
Python knowledge. Python knowledge, they don't check it. See, they started asking. Scripting means in SQL scripting. You mean to say procedures and all?
No, Python
only, right? Python they started asking, but that's okay. Even if you don't have knowledge, they don't reject you only because of that reason.
Okay.
Okay. Slowly you have to get habituated to the Python language also, guys.
Correct.
Because the usage of Python is increasing day by day in the data engineering projects. See, I'm not scaring you guys to learn all these technologies, but slowly you used to it slowly.
Yeah, once we get into anyway we have to learn everything.
We have to learn. That's it.
Correct. Okay, Shiva. Thank you. Thanks.
Any other question?
Shiva,
Hmm.
this same UA is supported for the PLSQL procedures.
Yes. But commands are a bit different here. I'll tell you how it goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Shiva, you will provide all the recordings.
Yes. Every day recording will be shared within an hour.
Okay.
As soon as we complete the class, I'll share the recording in an hour time. Yeah, let me stop recording the session, please.